Good morning, everyone. I'm getting ready for my class at 1 o'clock today, so I wanted to unbox this Instant Pot because I have been saving it for a very, very long time. For months, I've been meaning to do an unboxing on this. So this is the Duo Evo Plus, and I'm seeing something flash back here behind me, where I'm watching, which is distracting me very, very much. Okay, so if you're here, tell me hello. I want to know who you are and all these things. So this is a 6-quart Duo Evo Plus. So it's a 10-in-1. So it's pressure cooker, sous vide, saute pan, slow cooker, rice cooker, food warmer, yogurt maker, cake maker, stock pot, and steamer. In other words, it's pretty much just like the other ones, but they have a new release method. And so I wanted to unbox it, and then we're going to make some chai. So we're going to unbox it, I'm going to rinse out stuff, and then we're going to make the chai. So I'm going to move some of it over here. It's kind of nice now, though. Actually, maybe I should show you this. Let's see if you can see this if I do the overhead camera. Oh, that is so out of focus. There we go. So they actually give us some recipe stuff and their Facebook group right there, which is really awesome and a super easy way to register and download the manual. And it's been a while since I've unboxed an Instant Pot, actually. I've unboxed a couple of Milthies. Ooh, and look, okay. I was kind of super excited about some of the Milthy packaging and how they were talking about things. So here, right on the box, it's giving you what's going to be inside the box. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. So you can see some of the things we're going to have, which we're expecting. Now, if you notice, this is the top that's a little different. It's supposed to get cooler faster and do a quicker release is what I'm understanding. And honestly, I was able to get this, and I bought it and paid for it with my very own monies. This was not, and again, some more hellos. So we've got the sealing ring, and I suspect this is going to be, ooh, I like the recyclable packaging. That's the big parts for sure. Hey Jackie and hey Sophia. This is the latest, who knows if it's the greatest, like the Max was supposed to be the latest greatest, but then it never really came out, right? So this is the Evo, and let me make sure, Duo Evo Plus. And I haven't used it at all, obviously. I literally, ooh, we got some stuff here. Huh, that looks suspiciously like Milthy 2.0 right there. So we're unboxing it, and then I'm just, instead of doing a water test, and if you've never taken your Instant Pot out, a water test is when you just basically put water in it and make sure it works. And it's better to do that instead of losing out on fancy Rancho Gordo beans or whatever else you're doing. I'm going to make chai, so I'll lose out on some spices and some ginger, worst case scenario. And you know what? If it doesn't work, I'm just going to heat it up on the stove. So here's a nice error message for us. Hi, Miss Joanne and Deborah. You guys, it's so nice to see everyone. And I want to see hands of who's coming to class in an hour when I'm doing, it's fall, y'all, Instant Pot. So we're going to make mushroom stroganoff. We're going to make jackfruit ragu. We're going to make corn chowder and a layered meal where you cook everything at once. And it is my favorite layered meal. It is the Halloween one. Okay, so I'm not washing much of this off here, and this, actually let me show you from overhead. Hi Allison, it's awesome to see you from the UK. And see, this looks, see how we don't have things, there's actually seal and vent, and look, no more sealing and venting and sealing, and it's a little thing. That is super awesome. There's a little guy there that we're going to see. So this fits on and it comes off really nicely for cleaning. And we're going to learn a little more about this. You're going to learn along with me. And it says only use this, and I know, actually I won't have it upside down because it's too tiny for me to read upside down. It says use only this lid with this pressure cooker. Any other pressure cooker might not work with that. And that's because it truly is different. I'm trying to see. Ooh, this guy. Ah. Okay, so you guys, I was wondering what was under this. And it's actually still just stainless steel. There's no holes or anything, but I think what happens is this allows some of that to cool down faster. And I think Jackie's saying she's going to be in class. I think Joanne is going to be in class. There's the classic open close. And finally, at least in my experiences, and you see how this is shaped a little bit differently too, they've gone ahead and included a second one for the stinky stuff. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. When you're unboxing one of these things, you want to make sure that you get all the little warnings out. And it just basically says, hey, don't leave stuff in there on the heating element. And my trick for that, you guys, is to actually, so over here, a lot of times I'll have an Instant Pot. So I put the Instant Pot here, and I leave it with the lid turned upside down. And that way I have to pull it out, so I have to look at it before I do anything. Another thing that's kind of interesting is this cord is not removable like some of the others. And there's like a double size drip tray that'll come off for cleaning just like the other one. Good morning. Or afternoon. I guess it is afternoon. Because it's so rainy, it looks like it's 8 o'clock in the morning outside. And so far, I'm not feeling much different. Okay, so this is going to be a shorter cord, which I was not necessarily anticipating. And it's a 3-pronger. We'll figure that out in a minute. Here's something else to notice, which is, so there's dips in here. This is not just straight around. And this is why. Ooh, I like this. These are all the reasons that tempted me to buy these with my very own money. So it's got a little Instant Pot, but like, look here. So it's got handles. So perhaps we don't have to burn ourselves all the time. And see how it just melds right in there really well? Here we go. Okay. So the lid is still going to fit on over all that stuff. Oh, and Joanne's saying they were having complaints about lost cords. Well, you know what? They need Cheryl then. Cheryl makes sure all my stuff is where it's supposed to be. You guys thought I was going to say me. And it's a new, prettier thing. Not that that really matters, but it is pretty. I do appreciate the aesthetics of some of this. This, I believe, because it's got a really thick bottom. See how thick that is? And I'll let you see it from the front too. Look how thick, you guys. Really thick. I believe we can put this on the stove too. I'm going to have to, since I was hoping to have the manual to talk to you about while I'm heating this up, but I'm going to turn around and I'm just going to rinse these off really good and dry them. Okay. They look pretty clean, but you know, it's always better not to have any, you know, manufacturing debris. So we're just getting any dust or things like that. Also under here on the lid, I'm noticing there's, I think actually the serial number is on the lid, which I've not noticed before. And I'm barely drying this off because it doesn't matter. What does matter though is you want to make sure the bottom of your Instant Pot is dried off. And then while this is heating up and stuff, what I'll do, and it doesn't matter on the inside because we're going to put water in there. Okay. That's so interesting. I love new things. I'm going to go ahead and put 6 cups of water in here and make some space for myself. To get a little closer to the cord, because I still also have things I'm getting ready for class. Feeling very rebel-y today, right? And you guys, I put up, wherever you're seeing it, up below to the side, information where you can use the codes to take the class today. As long as I know really before 5 minutes, I'll check then, and I'll see if I can't get you in the class because Cheryl is here now. But once the class starts, I can't go back and keep letting people in. Just know that. And I see a whole bunch of questions. I'm going to come back and answer those after we start this because we got 10 minutes of cooking time. It looks very fancy. So I'm going to put some fresh ginger in here. And so I'm just going to really slice it. We're probably not going to see the whole chai start to finish because I'm not going to do the tea, but you'll get an idea. You can get the recipe to make this chai at plantbasedinstantpot.com. Sometimes I will double the ginger or the things just depending on how I feel at that very moment. So know that. And yeah, Susan says, I need a Cheryl. We all need Cheryls. Okay, I'm going to look at the recipe and then I'm going to not go buy it. Because that's the rebel I am today, people. So we're using 4 cinnamon sticks normally, but these are really big and these are crumbly. So these are the Mexican cinnamon sticks. And let me get this more where you guys can see what's going on. And I'm going to crumble them. And I'm going to count that as 2. Here comes another crumbly one. So that's going to be our 4. So there's going to be plenty of cinnamon in there. And then I need to go back to my recipe. Oh, depending on how fresh your cloves are, sometimes you may not want to use 6. These are pretty small. So I'm going to throw those in. Usually I don't measure at all or count out. So I say 10 whole allspice berries, and that's more. And that's how many I'm putting in. So you get to see Kathy's way. I say 8 cardamom pods, and now I'm like, yeah, no. A Kathy palm or a tablespoon probably of cardamom, and then we're going to put probably about 8 or 10 whole black peppercorns. That doesn't really make it spicy, but it does give it a really good flavor. Okay. Ooh, Jackie's saying a cold chai frappuccino. All right, people, let's get ready because I don't know what the heck I'm doing yet. So let me change here. That seems to be it, so I'll show you. It's always fun demoing things when I don't know what the heck's going to go on. Yeah, Cheryl's back from the walk, so it goes down here, about here, and this is actually angled up, pressing it over here, and it's still going, hello, you did the right thing, hello, hello. And now let me see, I'm not even sure if you guys can see this, and if I can see it. So there's slow cut sous vide, and we'll talk some more about this another time. So pressure cook, and it's giving me all these little guys and we'll look at this next time, I promise. But I'm going to go to custom, and 10 minutes is already on there. And as I suspected, there is a start button like the other Evo. You know what that means? Don't press that start button. You are in trouble because nothing's going to cook. Okay? Now, I've got it on sealing up here. I don't want to delay start. And it's showing me that it's preheating. I think you guys can actually, you can't see that great. But next time, I promise you I'll do one on all of this. I just want to see if it's going to work and what happens. Oh, and Joanne says her Mexican cinnamon is very hard. You know, interesting because it's the same brand. But no, If it's hard, that's fine. And you typically let me rephrase that. Typically, when I go to the Indian market, the cinnamon I find there is smaller and harder. Typically, when I go to the Mexican or the Hispanic store, it's more like this. It's just thinner and looser, so it crumbles. And it doesn't matter at all which one you use. So I'll tell you that too. Okay, let me answer some questions, and then I will start to look at this manual, and we will learn together, because there is no paper manual, but they gave us a little, oh, shut my mouth. There is. Woohoo! My dreams have come true, you guys. That means you should come cook some yummies with me later today. All right. This is what I was hoping to have. This is so much easier than me trying to look at this. And I have no idea how long it's going to take for this to come up to pressure. So it could be that we just talk about this and then we have a part 2 later on, because my class is at 1 o'clock. Hopefully Cheryl will also take notice of my email maybe. So there's a getting started guide, and there's a little Evo Plus in multiple languages, which is awesome. So let's look at the safeguards first. Actually, let's look at the questions first. How about that? Someone was saying that they use the regular Instant Pot lighters on the stovetop, and you're not supposed to do that. I think if you have an electric stovetop, it's probably fine. I think if you have a gas stovetop, it's probably not so good. And Jackie had wondered, Susan said she didn't think you were supposed to do it. I've heard you were not supposed to do it. And Joanne saying, I could have my chai for class. That is part of my evil, evil plan. And then, and is it Lahana? Can you phonetically spell your name out so I don't mispronounce it? Because I'm terrible at pronunciation, and if you watch me, you know. And I am so sorry that I am mispronouncing your name. And Susan said maybe not, but I've been doing it for 6 years, so she rarely uses her stove, so it doesn't seem to hurt anything. And that's great, yeah. I do things that I'm not supposed to do all the time. So it's just one of those things. They also say you can't use a Milthy crisp lid on an Instant Pot. Now, this may be true with this one, because a lot of things that fit on top might not fit, because this is wholly different. But the regular Instant Pots, just the duos, you totally can. They say it voids your warranty. If you're not doing it on camera, I don't know how they would know that, and I have used it on an Instant Pot and never had an issue that needed to use my warranty on. Hello, hello made me think of potion teachers from Harry Potter. Hello, hello. No, that was my mixed up impression of 80,000 people all at the same time. Lawana. And tell me if I did it right, Lawana. Because Lawana. I think that's right. And Deborah says hi. Hi, everybody. So what we're doing is the most exciting thing ever. We're waiting for the Instant Pot to come up to pressure. Who knew Saturday mornings and afternoons could be this much fun? But now what we're going to, you guys ask me some questions about slow cooking if you want. I will probably, Lawana. Okay, yay. That makes me so happy, because it really I know some people get very insulted when their names are mispronounced. And I mispronounce all kinds of things, and I don't want to offend anyone. So thank you for your help. Okay. And is it Marabou? I feel like I'm having a test today. Okay, so read all the instructions, don't touch hot surfaces, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's all the stuff we know not to do. Turn the appliance off if steam escapes from the sides of the lid to ensure sealing ring is properly installed. And that is always a good thing to do. And I didn't go touching around on it. So we could have it not sealed in properly. We'll find out. Luana says, after 70 years, I'm used to everything. That's awesome. Yes, people, my proper name is Kathy. So people are like, is your name Catherine or Kathleen? Nope, it's just Kathy. So, but I'll answer to any of them. I'm the least offended by someone calling me something else. So there are a few words on there that I would not like to be called. Okay, so these safeguards are just really pretty much what you should do. I'm just wanting to know about the new release stuff. So Marabou, was I close? I don't think you just said laugh out loud, so I think that was to Luana. But if it was at me trying to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. So we got all our parts. Difficulty closing the lid. You guys probably already know this. Sealing ring's not properly installed. The float valve is in the popped up position, so that's underneath. So if this is, when this is up, and actually you can't, when the little red thing on the modern Instant Pots or just the silver pin goes up, it causes something that makes it not move. So also if you have an older Instant Pot that sometimes this doesn't pop down properly, you might have to just touch it with the end of a spoon or something like that. If it goes down really easily, and so by touch I mean touch. I don't mean, right? We never want to mess with pressure and try to do something like hard. But if it's just stuck and maybe needs a little cleaning, a little tap will make it come down, and then you can open up your lid. All right. Yeah, there's some, these are mostly silly things. So I'm not seeing anything that's error codes, blah, blah, blah. So this isn't telling me much about this whole new system. Let's try the Getting Started guide, because everyone but me would go for the easy, brightly colored one before the boring one. Oh, and Allison is saying, is that a Wilson plant pot holder in the background? Yes, I got some new Halloween stuff because I'm doing 2 Halloween classes this month too through Chibo. So you can go to chibo.io. I'm going to dress this kitchen up and I'm going to be in costume. So I think it's October 23rd, the Friday at 5 p.m. I'm doing a plant-based Halloween dinner party, and on the day itself, October 31st at 2 p.m., I'm going to do a Harry Potter Halloween party. So bring your kids or yourself if you're like me. So in the Harry Potter one, we're going to make pumpkin juice. We're going to make vegan butterbeer. I'm going to have sort of a whole food plant-based option. It's not a one-to-one, but it doesn't use coconut milk. And we're going to make cockroach clusters, which is my favorite thing to say. But yeah, isn't this cute? I got this guy at Target. I got a lot of stuff at Target. I've got these peeping poppies over here too. So, and they've got a lot of plant-based Halloween. It seems to be like that. Every year there's a theme of Halloween, and that seems to be one of the themes. I hear something happening. I don't know if you guys can hear the faintness. Let me see what it says. Oh yeah, and so a little bit of steam's coming out. I don't know if you can see that, just a little bit. And it's on that almost preheating. And Marabou said, okay, Maddie Boo, not Maribou, but Maddie Boo. Okay, gonna get this. Oh, making chai in your Instant Pot, it's so easy. Really, it's a recipe that came from my slow cooker, because like chai concentrate, it doesn't cost as much now, but it was quite expensive 12 years ago. It was a little bit more. And always if you go somewhere where they make chai, it's pretty expensive because they're putting in the labor part of it. But all you need is some spices and some ginger, and the beauty of making your own, so I can sweeten it with sugar or date syrup or monk fruit, maple syrup, anything I want. I wonder, no. They always say it's not best to do this, but when I'm doing demos, like, and also we're not really cooking stuff. Ooh, I saw something move a little bit. So it's up. So we got 10 minutes. And I do also still have to cut up some stuff for my 1 o'clock class. So that'll be exciting. And I will have to pour this into something else and rinse this out. That is not normal. So usually with my chai, so if you want to take some of it to begin with, so what I do typically is I'll go ahead and pour the sweetener in, especially if you're using vegan sugar, so it dissolves while it's hot. Also, you can use your black tea bags, decaf or regular. You could use rooibos tea. You could use green tea. So with black tea, I do about 10 minutes because we're making a concentrate. We want this to be, it's okay. It's not going to be the same kind of bitter quality as if you used 10 minutes in your cup. But if you're using green tea, you've got to get that in and out of there. It's just, I think, 2 to 3 minutes tops, or it starts getting a little bit funky. So you have to be a little more careful. With rooibos, it can stay in here as long as you want. And that's just that red herbal tea that's, I believe, from Africa. So, and then I let the all the spices, take the tea out when the tea's done, leave it in with the spices though, and I just let it cool off like that, and I let it seep even more. And I find that makes a much stronger cup of chai. Another thing you could do is, if you don't like it that way, is you can just go ahead and double the amounts of all the spices if you want to just have it ready to go and go do something. So, yeah, they charge a fortune for cold brew coffee. That is very, very true. Oh, Jackie, did you get an email from me or from Chibo? But definitely the Halloween classes, which are separate from Kathy's cooking classes. So today we're doing It's Fall, Y'all, Instant Pot. Yay, now it is starting to count. Then on the 24th, I think it's the 23rd, is the plant-based Halloween class. The 24th, then we're doing Instant Pot soups, and they're going to be so yummy. You guys are going to love it. We're doing like my new French onion soup, and so a lot of the recipes are from my new cookbook, Gluten-Free Vegan Cooking in Your Instant Pot. Today there's one from there, and there's some others from the Ultimate Vegan Cookbook for Your Instant Pot. The Ultimate Vegan Cookbook for Your Instant Pot. Oh gosh, Allison, that one's really hard. What's my favorite Instant Pot recipe? This is probably my favorite drink recipe, is the chai. Gosh, it just kind of depends. Of what I'm making today, I'm making a mushroom stroganoff. I'm pretty much looking forward to that. That has it's creamy from a cauliflower sauce too, which is kind of awesome. And I love the orange citrus jackfruit recipe that's on Plant-Based Instant Pot right now too. So I like a lot of them, and it kind of depends on the season. Like with the jackfruit, I'll make that and serve it in bowls over rice with some sauces and maybe some beans and some steamed vegetables. So you can do a lot of different things. And oh, I know what I was going to show you. You can make cold brew coffee. I know we're off topic, but this is just an extra exciting thing. So this is what I've been doing. I used to use just my French press, and then Simcoe actually sent me this cold brew coffee thing. And it's kind of a mess right now, but it has a filter. So I usually let it brew, and you can tell I used some pre-ground, so it was a little bit got some ick around. So you want to have a coarse ground coffee for cold brew. But literally, I pour ground coffee in here and water, and it sits for 24 to 48 hours. Up to you how strong you want it to be. And that's all it is. Then I pour it in something and I store it in the fridge for like a week to 10 days. So I don't know why they're charging so much for a cold brew coffee, because it's the easiest thing to make. It's way easier than making brewed coffee. Okay. All right, guys, and ask some questions. I'm just going to see if there's anything. Oh, do not remove safety warning stickers from the lid. That's interesting. Serial number from the bottom or rating lid label from back of cooker base. Okay, I removed none of those, so we're good. So let's look. They've got some little diagrams, and so I'm going to see. Let's get this back under here. Let's see if we can figure out what some of these differences are. Okay, so the steam release cover, steam release valve, you can see it more now. Inside they're calling this the steam release pipe. And float valve. Oh no, the steam release pipe is under there. This is the float valve. Okay. The way they drew it confused me a little bit. And so this is the quick release. We go from seal to vent. So this is going to be very interesting because typically I let this naturally release the pressure for something with liquid, but I want to try and see what happens. And so it's different than our little twisty guy where I've always just kind of tapped it. So it'll be interesting to see if we can do that. These are called lid fins. And this is the Quick Cool Protective Cover. It's removable for faster natural release after pressure cooking. So what it does, instead of holding all that in, it is more of a vented area from the top. It's still stainless steel under there. Vented, but not truly vented, just the top. I'm trying to see if it's going to tell me anything else. Does it actually? Oh yeah, it actually says that the bottom of the stainless steel insert is for use on cooker base, on electric, ceramic, gas, and induction. You guys know I'm going to like that, 'cause someday I'm going to need that on my induction burner. And it's got 1200 watts. I don't know if that's different than the others, so I'll have to check that. Okay, I'm trying to also see if it's going to tell me anything else about doing this pressure. Okay, here we go. Venting methods, and this is what I'm a little bit interested in. And I'm reading about it with you because else, how would it be a surprise? And you guys would be there, and it would be a surprise for you. So that's why I'm doing this. So there's natural release, just leave it on the seal position and then just wait. That's what I would normally do for this if I was here at home by myself. And the reason you do a water test, or for me a chai test, is to make sure everything comes up to pressure. Make sure the whole apparatus is working properly, because you could have gotten a faulty one. Maybe the electricity isn't going through properly. Maybe it's just faulty, right? Or something could have happened. So just know all those things. And she said the top looks like a bear to keep clean, the open grid. Well, the thing is the open grid under there is just stainless steel. So I don't think it will be. I think it's just going to be taking that off. I don't think anything comes through this. And I was not sure how that was going to work, honestly. If more steam was going to come up there when we release it. But I think that just allows it to cool a little faster, and that's all. So very similar to having a stovetop pressure cooker, and some recipes say to put the whole pressure cooker under cooler water to help the pressure go down faster. I think that's that sort of idea. Ooh, So Jackie said she got the email October 8th that lists both the Let's Get Spooky and Harry Potter classes for October 23rd at 5. And if that's the case, that is my fault. And I will need to fix some emails and get those back out there. So no, Halloween. Spend Halloween with me, you guys. It's the best. Look, we're even going to do prizes. I gotta keep it. It'll get.
Happy times are ahead.
Yeah, I have all the fun things for this. Yeah, this part is removable, for sure. It's my fault then, Jackie. I totally admit it. I've been juggling a lot of different things. And just the fact that I'm crazy enough to do this demo right before I do a class, even though my stuff isn't cut up. I've just decided it's an exciting day. Let's see how many more minutes we got. We got 2 more minutes for this. So I'll have plenty of time to get everything set up. So it's saying just to move, for the quick release, move quick release from seal to vent. And it releases continuously through the top of the steam release, like we expect if we went shoop over with the other one that had a dial. If splatter occurs, move the quick release switch back to seal and try again after a few minutes. If splatter continues, use natural release to vent remaining pressure. And so it talks about this quick cool. The quick cool technology, which when paired with the quick cool tray, what the heck is the quick cool tray? We'll figure this out. Oh, it's going to tell me. To remove the quick cool protective cover, grab the tab, push it towards the lid handle, and pull up. We took it off already, and underneath is just solid stainless steel. Ah, the thing underneath is the quick cool tray. Add ice to the quick cool tray, then position the tray. No, wait, the cover. Oh, quick cool tray is sold separately. That is not cool, Instant Pot, and I need to look it up. So evidently you take this off and you put some other thing on top and you put ice in it. So it is exactly like running the other one in cold. Let me look at the quick cool tray. Instant Pot, quick cool tray. Is that not the worst? Okay, it's $10. Okay, and I'm going to share this with you, I think. Yeah, can you guys see it? All right. So it looks like a little weird thing that fits right in here that you can put ice and you can make it. That's what makes it release pressure faster. I mistakenly thought it had to do with the lid that we got. So now I know I got to get this. But I suspect it wouldn't cover everything, but you might be able to get something similar, is what I think. But that was weird. So with the Halloween classes that I'm teaching, Jackie and everybody, you get those different. So they're through Chibo, so that's why there's no pay what you can or anything like that, because I don't have any codes for it at all, or I would be giving one away today. So I'm still trying to talk them into giving me a couple of codes, but so far nothing. But with the classes today and the one that I'm doing, the 2 Instant Pot classes I'm doing this month, those do have discount codes and they are around somewhere. And if you are buying those classes now, thank you. And on this replay, if you're watching the replay and it's too late for you to get into the live class, you can still watch all the replays of these too. So I have it where you can buy the single class or you can buy the bundle of both this class and the next one, and there's discount codes for what you can pay for, and those are under Kathy's Cooking Club, which is $50 a month, and you get both classes, and you just automatically get enrolled, and you don't have to fool with it every single month. So you can also cancel that whenever you want. You can cancel it yourself through the platform that you buy from. So anytime you want to just say, I've had enough, or I want a couple of months off, then it's all up to you, okay? So hopefully that helps. So back to this. Let's see what happens. So now this is the worst one as far as like it's all liquid. So I can kind of, it does let me, I can let little bits out like that. There also, this extra lid is helping it from spraying as much as it normally would. So actually doing this, because this being water, right? It's not even broth. There's very little, there's no weight to it. It's infused water. That if we can do this and leave it up like this, that's a good thing. I'll let you see it from the side. I don't think you're seeing anything from the side. So we'll go back over here again. And we're just, I know this is maybe not the most exciting thing ever, but we'll know exactly what's going to happen. Because I like the idea that we're trying some new things with the Instant Pot. I really do. And the fact that nothing's like on the regular Instant Pot, I would not leave it just out like this. So I'm also noticing, probably from whatever's underneath there, this is a much finer steam mist than normal. And there's a lot of condensation. You guys can see the condensation here, like, and it's not that hot. Yeah, it's really not spitting all over the place, Joanne. Like, yeah, I'm super impressed with this because this is pretty darn nice. I feel like I've been tricked because I did pay, this was on sale. I got it at Williams-Sonoma. But, you know, it costs a little more, and I thought I was getting the extra cooling thing because I had this cool new fancy thing on the top. There are a lot of other fancy new things that make it interesting. And the sous vide setting may be a deal changer, a deal breaker for some people who've been looking to try sous vide. I haven't found it super useful in vegan cooking personally. I used to do some recipes for Anova when their sous vide first came out. So I ended up doing a lot of infusion. So the sous vide didn't really matter over some other things. And LaJuana says, I'm happy to learn about the new one, even if I'm not planning on buying one. It's good to know what others have. See, yeah, look, and that was that. I did not think I could just have that happen. So the pen just came down and everything. So actually, that's pretty awesome. I was expecting this to be problematic. I thought I was going to push this and then and Cheryl would come in and yell at me about getting stuff all over the camera. I thought it was not going to be awesome. Okay, great, Deborah. I'm so glad that that's super helpful. We will not be using the dragon with it, which would be the only sad part for me. But my dragon doesn't fit my Milty 2.0 either. So, but with this, you don't need the dragon. And maybe this, one of the reasons I wanted to get this too is I was wondering if this would make people feel a little safer in releasing the pressure. Because I think that's one of the things that scare new people to the Instant Pot the most, is getting the pressure out and how that's going to work. I'm also kind of curious if I took, because you can take, when you take this off again, in case you didn't come in earlier, what's underneath there is just, it's solid stainless steel under there. And so the part that you buy fits under there and holds ice. It's like, it looks like a little weird Instant Pot ice pack that I'm sure is made of some sort of very hardy plastic to not melt. I wonder if you couldn't just put some something else in there. I know. I do have lots of pots for the dragon. I have actually had 2 Instant Pots now kind of crap out on me. So right now with this, I have 5. I have 2 Milthies and 3 Instant Pots. So I have a Instant Pot Duo. I have an 8-quart Instant Pot Duo. No, a 3-quart Evo, which is the one that has the start button. I'm not in love with the start button, but maybe it'll be okay on here. This looks a little easier to work, but we'll do a whole other live about the front of this and how that works. Okay, guys, I will, oh, I'll let you see the chai too, huh? There we go. Actually, and do we have any? Oh, we still do. Okay. I was about to say, do we have any handles, holders? We do. They're just not where they used to be. They're a little bit over to the side. And so this is what you get. And the brown is just from the cinnamon because I crushed it up. And then I'm going to add sweetener and tea bags, and then I'll have tea concentrate. Okay? So anyhow, let me get this over here. I will hopefully see some of you guys in class. The coupon codes are really affordable, so I'm really trying to make this accessible for anyone. If you are on a fixed income and you email me immediately, I might be able to get you in. But normally, if you follow me on Vegan Recipes, Cooking with Kathy Hester, our private group, Healthy Slow Cooking Facebook page, or Plant-Based Instant Pot Facebook page, these codes come up all the time. I put them up, okay? So if you get the regular bundle, it's $60, but you can get the bundle for as low as $10 if that's all you can pay. I would rather have you pay that and be in the class and learn something so that you can cook more and save money that way, okay? Yeah, it's the Evo that makes me mad and gives me the burn message. I don't like even cooking rice in the 3-quart Evo anymore. All right, guys, I'm going to go chop some carrots, and I will see some of you back at 1 o'clock. I'll be sending out an email again. I sent out one last night for those of you who have already registered for the class today, and right before it, you'll get another one. Okay, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.